Hello, my friends, butterfly friends. Sorry, I'm suddenly a little confused. Okay, we have, of course, the butterfly, and it is an air element. Key phrase is undergoing great change and transformation. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one daily practice or routine, meal, prayer, practice, done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly's spirit. When in balance, cheerful and graceful. When out of balance, fragile, frustrated. To bring into balance, daily routine. Okay. Now, you got 2 extra tea leaf cards, so let's go through it. These are here to help you know if this is your reading. So they should be familiar to you in some fashion. This shouldn't really be news, but we'll see. So first we have fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. And then we have chair filled, someone new is entering your life. All right, now, I found this interesting. You have good news, and you also have caterpillar. You're a butterfly, you have caterpillar. Isn't that funny? All right, maybe it's just me. So good news, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Could be a career change. So you also have career. And we have chain of events that will affect your life. This chain is going across the globe. Specifically, it's going across the Mediterranean Sea, which is interesting. And yeah, especially with what's going on in the world right now. But in any case, we have boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals, and seahorse, family matters. All right. So it does seem like there's quite a bit going on. And if it's a chain of events, then you really don't have any control over it. And what is it? It says something about the flap of the butterfly's wings changing the course of events, or changing something around on the other side of the world. You get the idea. I can't remember it right now. I don't know if it's a quote or just the general idea that small things like the flap of a butterfly's wings can have profound change, very far away even. So perhaps that's what's going on for you. There's something small, or that started out small, and it is just grown. In any case, let's see what tarot has to say for you. Okay, we have the Ten of Cups in a crossing position with the 2 foxes. Oh wow, we have the Chariot also in a crossing position. And the Ace of Wands. So, Ten of Cups is the happily ever after, of course, bearing in mind that a happily ever after, if you think of it as the beginning of a connection or the beginning of living together, some sort of significant event like that, it's still just the beginning. But we have the Chariot, which suggests rapid movement, rapid progress, perhaps success. And we have the Ace of Wands, which suggests both passion and inspiration. So it's very The Chariot is in the crossing position, so it's not stuck in the mud and it's not rushing forward. Perhaps you're going to have slow, steady growth, which is actually what you need for a strong, healthy relationship. Then we have, but the Ten of Cups is also in this crossing, teeter-totter, undecided kind of position. So there's inspiration here, but everything looks very undecided. What else? That popped right out. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands and the Fool. Well, that's interesting. Are you the Queen of Wands? Is the person on your mind the Queen of Wands? No gender in tarot. So this queen could be male or female, of course. And we have the Fool, which is making the leap. Making the leap of faith, perhaps a leap into awakening. Definitely a leap into a new way of being in the world. The Queen of Wands is someone who is warm, charismatic, caring. Someone who attracts others with their warmth, with their genuineness. They are also very creative, perhaps a bit flamboyant. A little bit like the Knitting Cult Lady, if you've ever seen her on YouTube. But she's a bit more Queen of Swords, I think. But she definitely has some Queen of Wands to her. Anyway, the Fool and the Queen of Wands. Oh, this is interesting. So we have an inner tower. Well, an inner tower is a realization that changes your whole life, which is not, it goes with the Fool. So either you or the person on your mind is the Queen of Wands, and it looks like there is a Fool's Leap in regard to that. Understandably, if you're going to make the Fool's Leap, there's also a big change, a big internal change. And people tend to act on their internal changes. They may not act on them right away, which may explain why you got the Chariot in the crossing position. And if this person, you or this person, is in a long-term relationship, that might explain why it's also kind of hanging in the balance. Because there's been this divine inspiration, and this queen has acted on it. The Queen of Wands would also be quite brave and willing to act. Willing to take that leap into the unknown. Oh. Oh, crap. I knew it. Sorry. Oh, jeez. This is the classic I'm going to say soul connections pairing. It could be a variety of different kinds of soul connections. It really does not have to be any one kind, but it is most definitely the kind of connection that changes your entire life. So that's why you're here. Yeah. And that's why this Ten of Cups is sort of hanging in the balance. Because what do you do next? If you are in a long-term connection and you run into this other person and they start the process, and it would definitely feel like a big dramatic shift within yourself, because that's what it's supposed to be. Soul connections are supposed to provoke really big changes within you, especially in regard to relationships. There's a lot that can be learned in relationship with others. Some of these things cannot really realistically be learned on your own. But this is the kind of connection that can't be broken. The only thing you can do, the only way out is through. And basically, you have to heal your way through it. You will feel a very, very strong pull towards this other person, which is probably why you're here. It's causing a great deal of confusion. I don't know if this is just the beginning of the process for you. I mean, it looks like it. But you have the butterfly, so the transition has started for you. The one thing that you need to know about soul connections is that they almost never result in the two people involved in the connection getting together. Because, and you're going to hear this, hopefully you'll hear this many times from many places, soul connections are not about romance. They feel like it because they involve intense love, unconditional love, especially at the beginning. But the real point of it is for you to grow and evolve. So, you can look at it as a great adventure maybe, but it will probably be pretty painful at times. Maybe it's painful for you right now if you're feeling undecided about what to do regarding some things that have been foundational to your life. That can be extremely painful. But do try to take care of yourself. But let's see what the universe has to say to you. So you've just planted the seed. Perhaps you're learning to put down a taproot, if you know anything about gardening. Taproots are the big main root, if you know dandelions. So people have trouble killing off dandelions because they have a very big, very deep taproot. And this is a taproot. You can't break the connection. If it's the real deal, and I think it is, the connection will last as long as it's meant to last. I'm not saying it'll last your entire life. It'll last as long as you need it to last for your evolution and growth. So you're at the chasing stage. Perhaps you're moving into emotional release, learning to let it go. Hopefully. You may still feel the connection or not. funny. It says roots. Home, belonging, roots, comfort, safety, family, traditions, framework. It's probably all called into question now, isn't it? Or it's changing. Oh, this is interesting. You find yourself on a quest. Perhaps you are relocating. Alright, I'm going to change this because usually I do these 3 across, but sometimes it doesn't fit in the camera very well. So, but if I did it 3 across like I usually do, then we would have house and relocation, or geese, relocation. So maybe, oh wow, this is interesting. So it looks like you're reevaluating everything. Your programming, your culture, your family, your society, your religion. If you did have any kind of a oh dear. So you see something as a false start right now. It did not work out. Illness, fatigue, stress, deteriorate, loss. It did not work out. So again, we have movement, travel again. Wherever this false start was, you have recognized it and you are seeking to set it right. You may be having trouble sorting things out right now. You have intuition and the subconscious, fantasy, romance, what's real, what isn't. We have the fox. What's really interesting is the fox in the tarot deck. It showed 2 foxes because in the wild, foxes are monogamous. Human society, at least the Western culture, tends to see foxes as cunning and sly because, well, let's face it, they sneak into the hen house and they steal all the chickens. But that doesn't mean they're unfaithful. It means they do what they have to do to look after their families. And so a foxy person, in culturally speaking, not in reality, would be, well, foxy obviously refers to someone who's very, very attractive. But it can also refer to someone who is a trickster, someone who can't be trusted, someone who's selfish, deceitful. But I'm not really getting that. I think everything has been thrown off for you right now. You're reevaluating everything. You're really not certain about anything. Who can you trust? Very, very doubtful about institutions, needing to take it slow. Yeah. Perhaps you never thought of yourself as a rule breaker. Now here you are, moving into cosmic consciousness, expanding, perhaps becoming someone you never thought you would be. Moving into the spotlight. This is networking. Fame, expand, spotlight, innumerable. Social media, publicity, connected, exposure. What is that about? You have new opportunities opening up to you. Transformation and change. Perhaps you're undergoing a career change as well. Not unusual. You change your life, you change your life. Challenging the status quo. Wow, lots of movement here, really. Not particularly fast movement, which is good. Solutions, intelligence, genius, insight, clarity, breakout, liberty, pay attention. And of course with the ego we have clear vision. Clear vision and perspective. So, everybody talks, well, not everybody, but it's been a turning point in your life. This whole thing. At times, it probably has not felt lucky at all, but it has been something very special, extraordinary, magical, and it has changed your life. How about what's next? Or what do you need to know now? No, why did I grab that? Oh, that's why. Okay. What's next? Your life's been blown apart by the soul connection. You've made changes. What's next? Looks like you're feeling restless. Perhaps you're thinking you need to work on something. We have flow. And the moon has shown up for you again. Well, most likely you are developing your intuition a great deal and trying to figure out what to do with that. But let's take a look. So first we have 20, which is flow. Learning to go with the flow. Flow states don't last for long usually, but they are great while they're happening. Okay, the essence. There is a natural movement of events in the world. You can see it in phenomena such as the tide, the ebb and flow of oceans and rivers that rise up from the earth, then flow to the sea. The symbol of flow represents the effortless and natural movement toward a certain destination. It signifies an ability to gracefully move around obstacles and reminds you of the sense of allowing. So allowing can be very challenging to accomplish because we humans like to think we're in control when we're really not. But if you can learn to be allowing, things will flow more easily. All right, back to the book. The invitation. When flow comes to visit, it's a sign that your intentions have been in motion. Now is the time to allow nature to run its course. You are being called to effortless movements and the path of least resistance. So try not to resist. It's like being within music, flowing within partnership. Think of the artist who creates without guile or craft, calling creativity up from the soul and bringing it to life without effort. You are called to be like a river, knowing the fulfillment of destiny is assured. Enjoy the ride. The medicine, don't try to push against the river or swim upstream right now. You can trust that when the time is right, your dreams will begin to take shape and you will be invited to dance with destiny. Right now, however, you must relax. This is not the time to bang on doors that refuse to open. Whatever obstacle is in front of you right now, trust this is for the highest good. It is an opportunity to regroup and reconsider your choices, and you must trust that your intentions will take form in good time. Consider this time a gift. All right, 37, the moon. The essence. Every 28 days, the moon manifests a steady progression from darkness to light, and then back again. This phenomenon in our skies has a powerful impact on our human psyches. It offers us the certainty that after periods of emptiness and darkness, there is a light waiting, so we can be reborn into a new phase. This calls to mind a native African prayer to the moon. May our lives be renewed as yours is. The moon also has a strong influence on the ebb and flow of the waters of the earth. This same power, in turn, affects human feelings and emotions and mirrors their rising from or hiding back into the unconscious. The invitation. The moon spends equal time in the dark as it does in the light of the sun, and now it comes to remind you of this balance. Have you been too focused on outer achievements, productivity, or social engagements? Or have you spent too much time hidden from the outer world, not wanting to interact or show your face? Meditate on the significance of the moon's cycle and let it gently guide you out of your bottomless depths. Head back to the world of outer expression and connection with others. Let it help you make time for yourself, your feelings, and your essential human and spiritual needs. The medicine. This card calls you to go on a journey of renewal, just like the moon does every month, so you can get unstuck, whether from a specific situation or life in general. For this, you need to make time to be with yourself without the distractions of modern society, and have the courage to look at the unwanted or unembraced parts of your being until you arrive at a place of resolution. Shamanic lore explains that the finest treasures of humanity are hidden where most people are afraid to go. Okay. So we got allowing from flow. And from the moon we got don't push it. Again, back to allowing. Allowing is very, very challenging. Don't underestimate the effort that's required. I mean, it's kind of silly to say because the effort required is non-effort, which most of us don't know how to do or can't do very well. So, if you can, allow this process, this transformation to continue through you, through your life. And accept it without fighting it. Good luck.